fearlessly represented by this praise. Soundbreak.
Oh. Wow, it's a nice story, man. And napakaganda, ang dami nating natutunan, no. Talagang well research yung ginawa ni Casual Chuck dito from So, what's up mga kaibigan? Welcome back sa ating YouTube channel at welcome back dito sa ating another SB19 reaction video mga tol, mga kaibigan. So, ito po ang bibigyan natin ng reaction, yung video ni Casual Chuck. So, ito yung lagi nating naririnig at nababasa sa ating comment section dyan sa mga nagko-comment sa ating every time mag-upload tayo ng SB19, ang daming nagko-comment dyan. Shout out sa inyo at maraming salamat dahil SB19 Story Episode 1 Sound Break. Okay, so I don't know kung anong laman ng video na to. But anyway, bago tayo magtuloy-tuloy dito sa ating video reaction, kung kayo bago lang dito sa aking YouTube channel at napadaan lang, so huwag niyong kalimutan na subscribe at pindutin yung aking notification bell para updated kayo sa mga reaction video natin. So wag nating patagalin to mga tol dahil wala naman tayong inaantay na let's G! So this video is from Casual Chuck.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible.
Ang ganda ng accent ng creator nito, ano. Husay, ganyan, ang galing niya mag voice over.
So enjoy.
It's 2016. Oh, I think this is the very popular Korean comedian, no? I think ito yun, ito. Bakit kaya meron dito? Oh, napanood ko to, men. Sikat to sa Korea, men.
This
so,
is
ito nga, called Triple.
A group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented.
Oh, yeah?
In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which would change the entire course of P-pop history.
Oh. Okay.
Do you remember this song? It all started with this man, Jong Song-han. When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment.
Oh! Siya pala ang founder ng Show BT Philippines Corporation. Oh, di ba? Ngayon ko lang nalaman, man, but this group is very popular. Napanood ko na to. Ito sa itong tatlong grupo na to, tatlong tao na to, they are comedian na sikat dito sa bansa nila sa South Korea. At napanood ko rin sila sa mga dito din sa YouTube, mga video nila. Napaka malupit ho sila, magaling ho talaga sila, men.
Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin.
Oh,
Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen,
so I think Tatang Robin has very ang tawag dyan, may malalim na koneksyon sa ating kultura, no, dahil imagine that one iniwan niya yung grupo nila na kung saan sikat ho sila, kilalang kilala ho sila men, pero sinasakripisyo niya no to build what kind of eto yung show beating nga, di ba? So I think very good choice ni Tatang Robin na sa Pilipinas dahil alam ho natin na ang mga Pilipino ay talagang madami hong tinatago na talento. At madami ho tayong artist na hindi ho na-discover sa bansa ho natin, di ba? That's a good choice.
He needed entertainers. A group of young people that will be part of the package of their service as an event organizer.
Oh,
we are
I
talking
see.
about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests. So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines.
Wow.
They went to multiple events.
Even the name of the group ay may connection pa rin sa kultura natin, ano? Wow.
Together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
I can't find, 내게 갈 때까지 cause you're my lady 널 향한 dropping,
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to Filipino talent.
Wow.
He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it.
Wow. So ito na yung SB19, ano? Grabe.
Jan Paulo Nase. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time
So that's why naging pinuno siya ng SB19 dahil siya yung unang member ng grupo, ano?
job as a data analyst to provide for his family. He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker.
Ang humble ng
This
taong
made
to.
him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo. Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more.
Oh.
Stelvester Ahero. He was only 16 when he started competing as a dancer while studying. He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group Saeon. He is also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health. He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just
I'm still on your side.
So, from Pablo, then si Still, they have the composer, they have a singer now. Wow, that's amazing, man.
out of this world. He debuted as Stell, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group. Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16, and it was his decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months.
Wow.
He experienced
So
getting
sad,
evicted
man.
from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree. He clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stell and Seon. They became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea. In a way, Josh was saved by Stell after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group.
Wow. I think sa lahat ng tatlong grupo na nauna ng grupo ng SB19, I think yung pinakamahirap na buhay ay kay Josh, no? Kasi hindi pa siya nakatapos nung pag-aaral, din nagtatrabaho na siya, di ba? Buti na lang nagkaroon ng ALS, no? Dahil kung wala, hindi pala siya nakatapos ng pag-aaral. Di ba? Hirap nun.
Josh didn't have to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing and dancing skills.
I think this guy is the luckiest one because nung nag-audition siya, talagang ano na pala siya, target na siya sa grupo, no, ng Show BT, no, na bibigyan ng training. Wow. I think siya yung pinaka luckiest na members pala ng SB19, ano.
He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
Oh,
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had a stint in
Magkakilala
performing
sila.
together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Hey, welcome to my world, let's do this. It's your chance to get up on side.
kalain mo yan, no? Napaka maliit lang ng mundo nila dahil hindi mo akalain magtatagpo din sila sa isang grupo, ano? Oo, di ba?
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions. Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he
Because alam ko, pagka nag-audition ka sa boy band is talagang medyo magaling ka na talaga kumanta, no?
improved astoundingly in the vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group.
Ooh.
He was the would-be director behind the record.
See, look at that man, no? Ang laki ng ginagampanan niya sa grupong to. Imagine, napanood ko yung music video ng What, no? Talagang masasabi ko professional yung gumawa, no? Hindi ko akalain si Justin lang pala, no?
What and more. But that's a story for another video. At this point, Show BT seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing. Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy. Philip John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him.
He is like
He grew up in the church.
Parang siyang si Sakuragi sa ano tawag nito? Yung anime na basketball, ano?
Under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intrams. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo 7. Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of...
So may kasabihan nga, kaya hindi ko kayo matalo, either mag-join ako sa inyo or ikaw naman yung mag-join sa amin. Di ba? Parang ganun yung nangyari, ano?
Islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea.
So it's a big blessings from this guy, si Tatang Robin, ano? Dahil kung hindi nga umalis naman itong si Tatang Robin dito sa grupo na to, wala ang SB19. Oh, that's a nice story, man.
Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist.
That's true.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect.
Oh, what's
When a small
butterfly
and
effect?
seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere.
Oh, yun nga yung sinasabi nila lagi, no? Na sa mga interview nila na it takes a day lang. Kaya nung nakilala sila, nag-viral sila, di ba? So, wow. Ang ganda nung kanyang term dito, ha? Butterfly effect. Wow. Okay. So, madami tayong natutunan. Ang galing nung storya niya from the beginning kung saan nga saan nagsimula itong SB19, ano? Paano ito nabuo? Sino ang nagbuo, di ba? So, ang daming nangyari pala, no? Ang daming nangyayari bago nabuo itong SB19.
Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19.
Oh, that's why, man, no? Talagang may connected pa rin talaga yung kultura ng Pilipino at yung South Korea, no? Ang talino, ang talino, guys, no? Kasi sino ba naman mag-iisip na ito total yung zip code ng Pilipinas at saka sa South Korea at gawin itong pangalan ng isang grupo, di ba? Akala ko yung SB19 dahil tinatag sila nung 2019. So, hindi pala. So, now I know, man. Okay?
SB doesn't only mean Show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this praise. Soundbreak.
Oh. Wow. It's a nice story, man. And napakaganda. Ang dami nating natutunan, no? Talagang well-researched yung ginawa ni Casual Chuck dito from nagsimula, kung saan nagsimula, kung sino yung nagsimula dito sa grupong to, paano nabuo, and nakita ho natin yung iba-ibang skills ng member ng SB19, no? From Joss hanggang kay Ken, tapos yung mga pinagdaanan nila bago sila napunta or bago sila nabuo, di ba? At yung mga audition na sinasalihan na, yung mga contest na sinasalihan nila na which na-develop yung skills nila, at ang ending is magkakaroon pala or ang ending is magsama-sama sila sa isang grupo na which is talagang pinag-uusapan ngayon sa buong mundo, di ba? Ito nga yung SB19, no? Napakahusay, napakaganda ng video na to. Ang dami nating natutunan, mas lalo nating nakikilala yung SB19. So guys, hanggang dito na lang muna tayo, no? At sa mga hindi pa nakakilala dito sa grupong to, panoorin nyo tong episode ni Casual Chuck, yung Soundbreak. Mas lalo ninyo pang makilala yung SB19. At may isang part 2 pa nito. So, gagawin din natin ng reaction video to mga tol. Yung part 2 nito. So, ako si Chippy TV. See you on my next reaction video.